Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors that you can already see on the screen. If you are going to do a bit of business in 2022, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below. This is your post-match analysis. Feels like I haven't said that for a while. For yesterday's 4-1 hammering of Barnsley at the Den, the win leaves us 4 points off the playoffs with 15 to play for. Is it impossible? Let's take a look. Okay, so 2 changes were made from the team that lost at home to Swansea in midweek 1-0. That was 1 point out of a possible 9. It did feel like we ran out of steam a little bit. It did feel like it needed a freshen up. I did predict he would do that, and he did. 2 changes were made from the team that lost against Swansea. Bulkowski in goal, 3 centre-backs, Murray Wallace, Jake Cooper, Daniel Ballard, Danny Mack right wing-back, Scott Malone left wing-back, 2 central midfielders. This is where the first change was. Mitchell keeps his place and is joined by Mikael Kieftenbeld in the centre of midfield. Then you had Ollie Burke replacing Tom Bradshaw, and he played, I think he played more central. They kept interchanging, didn't they? And it kept Barnsley guessing. And he didn't guess right. He were absolutely at 6s and 7s for a lot of the game. And up front also, along with him, was Jeb Wallace and Benik Afobe. A lot of people calling for Tom Bradshaw to start over Afobe. I'm guessing that could be a fitness thing. He looked absolutely blowing out his arse, Bradders, against Swansea. So he did get in on the action late doors. But Afobe started. I'm going to start by saying, I think Afobe is getting unfair shit. Honestly, the laziness thing, I don't see it. Honestly, I don't see it with him. I don't think I ever have. I can't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know a lot of you think he's lazy. I get his touches are fantastic, but yesterday he was fucking brilliant. And some of you might be saying I'm mad. Well, no, I'm not. Set up the first goal, scored the fourth, had a part in the second as well. The only one he wasn't involved in was Ollie Burke's goal, which was, a straight off the training ground free kick, which has a lot of success for us lately. He's got flicks, he's got tricks. He never lets him, his mistakes deter him either. He stays confident, he stays focused, gives it one of them. Well, yesterday I'm not going to try and attempt the goal celebration. He's scored 11 goals now. A player we got in on loan from Stoke, who are below us in the division and didn't want him. You can't argue with it. I know he sometimes misses absolute fucking howlers, and I know that his first touch isn't the best. But I've got to be honest, I've already said it. The not trying thing, or the laziness, I don't get it. I think he always tries. And yesterday, if you're a striker and you score 1 and have a hand in the other 2, you've had a good game. Forget everything else that happens. The stats don't lie. So shout out to Afobe. I think he's been unfairly treated by some of our fans. I think he's been given shit. Billy Mitchell, another one, our best midfielder by a fucking mile. And people think, he passes the ball backwards. We retains the ball. The problem we've got is we need someone to advance of Billy Mitchell. We need that to spend money on a player to play alongside him. And then some of you will realise that he's our best midfielder by far. Come through the academy. All right, don't even put that into the equation. Just turned 20, I think. Don't even say that into the equation. He's getting this side for a reason. He keeps that clock ticking. He keeps us ticking over. And he was brilliant in the first half, flying his tackles. All right, his forward balls aren't always where you'd want him to put them. But that's a lot of the time. There's no movement up there. And if we can get someone youngish to play alongside him, and they could become an established partnership next season in the champ, or maybe even higher, who knows, then, we've got a fantastic talent there. Along with Danny Mack, who I'll get on to. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I'm going to take it back to the beginning of the game. We started terribly. Barnsley notoriously our bogey side. I can't remember the last time we beat them at home. Someone said it was 2013. We did beat them. I remember it because it was a day, it sounds dramatic, it was a day I actually nearly died in hospital. When I woke up, I was like, what's going on? I looked on the thing and we beat them Barnsley 4-1. He's in the FA Cup. I'm sure Ben Thompson scored that day. And I still pulled myself off the deathbed. And on that note, we're nearly at 17,200 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Don't take 2 seconds. Don't cost you a bean. But getting back to the game, we started bad in my opinion. Didn't start well at all. Barnsley were on the front foot. They actually had a couple of good opportunities early. One, a mistake I think from Murray Wallace. Bart makes a really good save with his feet. He was called into action later again in that half. We couldn't get anything going forward. We kept conceding possession deep in our own half and giving possession back to them. And we didn't look at the races, but I just had a feeling yesterday we was going to get the win. I've got the feeling now, and I know I've slagged Rowett in the past, and I know I said that we're not good enough to go up. I've got a funny feeling now that it could still happen. Like I said, 4 points off the playoffs. teams above us all still got to play each other. Sheffield United, Bournemouth as well at some point as well. So that won't be easy for Sheffield. QPR dropping points. You've got Huddersfield, Luton tomorrow. It's all to play for. So I don't see why. We're definitely good enough to get there now, I think, with the other teams in the division. There's no one in that top 6, with the exception of the top 2, that are better than us. But yeah, in the first 20 minutes, didn't really see that in the game. Struggled to get to grips with it. Then we started to turn the wheel, and people come on the live stream and saying, "How are we getting on, Dan?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're doing all right." Like, they started better. We didn't get going. Then we got going, and we actually hit the target like 3 or 4 times without really hitting the target, if you know what I mean. Scott Malone rolls one into their goalkeeper. Jake Cooper header from a corner. His powder puff for their cat as well. And just a few little ones like that. But we was getting in the positions and we was making the chances and creating. And you sensed it was coming. Their goalkeeper then goes off. He goes up for a corner and pats it out the other side for another corner and went down twice after that. He had to be replaced for the reserve goalkeeper, Jack Walton. And then after that, Jack Walton's first job is to pick the ball out of the onion bag. It's fantastic work from Afobe. It releases Scott Malone. I said, people weren't getting in the box enough yesterday. If you watch it back, like I have today a few times, it's a really good dummy from Ollie Burke. I don't know if he gets the call from Danny Mac, but whatever happens, he goes over the ball, might get a shout of over, in at the back post. Danny McNamara, we see him in a similar position not many weeks ago where he fires one over on his right foot. This time, on his left foot, it looked like a tap-in real time. It's a really good goal. He didn't have a lot to aim at. He just curls it with his left foot inside the side net. And the goalkeeper, if he'd have put out a foot to the right, the goalkeeper probably would have saved it. And it's fucking pandemonium. Absolutely buzzing for him. Danny McNamara gets his first goal for the club on his 50th appearance. And he come and celebrate, literally, him and Billy Mitchell arm in arm right in front of us. It was a joyous moment. Almost brought a tear to my eye. But it didn't. And the game goes into half-time at 1-0. Come out the second half, notoriously at half-time, I always find everyone's downstairs enjoying themselves. No one really comes up for the first 10 minutes. People filter back in slowly, and it's quite slow to get going in the second half. But it was like a whirlwind. We go down the left. I actually missed Benik Afobe's fantastic work because one of their defenders has cleared it. It's actually gone over the Docker stand, I believe, unless you can correct me, using the upper tier of the Docker stand. It's gone over the Docker stand. I'm looking around for a new ball, like telling people on the stream, that's lost. Anyway, I've looked round and I've seen Malone whip one in high, back post, McNamara comes flying in again, brave header. He likes to get advanced, we know that, but he was really, really high up the pitch yesterday. I said that in the first half as well in the live stream. He wasn't really a wing back yesterday, although he's great at defending, and he did show that later in the game. He comes flying at the back post, but let's give Benik Afobe praise. Fantastic work from Bennett. I don't even know what it was. It was like a crisscross sort of back flick, wasn't it? I don't know what it was. If you know the term for that trick, then let me know. But he sort of takes 3 players out of the game in one foul swoop. Malone was right behind him. He was involved in the first goal, Malone, as well. So fair play to him. He gets a lot of shit. Cross comes in high, and McNamara comes flying in, heads into the roof of the net. That's sort of a team goal that we don't score. And you see him on the EFL on Quest. And you think, why don't we score goals like that? And yesterday we did. So that's 2-0, and then you think, game over. I'm actually texting someone, I'm actually texting Mrs. G saying, your boyfriend scored 2 because she's got a little soft spot for Danny Mac, and we're 2-0 up. And as I'm doing that, I hear a cheer go up. Barnsley have pulled one back, so I've missed that goal as well. So the use of me at the minute is about as much use as a chocolate teapot. But I've watched it back. Luckily for me, I'm missing a lot of goals lately. Must be old age creeping in. And it's a good goal for Barnsley. People around me were shouting for offside. Ball into the box. Ballard was there in a challenge. I'm not saying he's... I love Ballard and I'd love to sign him from Arsenal. And they look like they need him at the minute. But he's just had a couple of wobbly games for me, Ballard. Last 2 or 3. He's usually outstanding. Usually a standout performer. But he seems to have dropped his level slightly. It's been a long season. He's just come back from injury. Maybe he needs that rest. And he's got one eye on the beach club in Marbella. Who knows? But we get back to the game. 2-1, they pull one back. It's a great strike. No chance for Bart, who made 2 or 3 good saves in the game again. But you just felt it wasn't done there. You just felt there was more goals in it. You just felt it was an end of season feel to it. Although, as I said, both teams still a lot to play for. Barnsley look destined for the trapdoor of League One now, and we've still got a chance. Make no mistake, we've still got a chance of making the playoffs. So the game starts to open up, and I just knew there was going to be more goals. And when it comes, it's the third goal. It's Ollie Burke. Billy Mitchell does well to keep the ball alive from a broken down move. Puts it wide to Jed. Jed, fantastic cross. Daniel Ballard comes in with a header. Their goalkeeper gets a touch on it. And as it drops off the bar, I did see it yesterday, but there's a big crowd of players in the way. And I see Burke run off. But him and Cooper are right on top of it. I'll put the picture on the screen now. And he swings his leg at it, but he's sort of completely like someone who's never played football before, and hits him on the thigh. I don't know if he's realised that that's all he could have done, but I don't know if he tried to shoot, misjudged the bounce of the ball, because it did take a while to drop. He sort of goes in off his thigh, but it doesn't matter. He's off the mark. I think he's a great player, Ollie Burke. I'd love us to sign him, but I don't think that we will. He is so quick for someone that is so fucking big. He is a big old unit. Big unit. And again, at times yesterday, as I said, I couldn't work out whether he was playing right, whether he was playing central, whether he was playing left. We look really dangerous. We look really dangerous. And we have got a chance, make no mistake. I will keep drumming it into you. Let me know in the comments. Are we going to make the playoffs or not? Yes, just a yes or a no. At the minute, I'm 50-50, so I'm not going to comment. But I'll carry on with the game. The icing on the cake. Benik, Afobe gets his goal. It's the old one we keep using lately. We've stopped scoring as much from Cooper's corners, haven't we? Although he has scored a couple of corners this year, but used to score a lot more. It's this free kick we do now, and we started doing this when Jeb was out the side. Scott Malone does his Johnny Wilkinson style stutter and step back. It's when they're quite straight and flat, the free kicks as well. Long, sort of diagonal, but quite straight. Jake Cooper, you watch him, he'll always stand offside. He'll come back to one side, and he'll get the flick on. He gets the flick on, the ball bounces. I actually thought Benik Afobe touched it, again, in real time, but I think it just bounced, took quite a bounce away from Afobe. On his left foot, lots to do. First time across Walton, 4-1. Thanks for fucking coming. 3 points back on the ball and back to winning ways. Great finish from Afobe. 11 goals. Jake Sanders put on Twitter this morning something about, we've got to get him at the end of the season from Stoke because he's out of contract. He's then corrected himself. He isn't out of contract. He's still got 12 months to run on his contract at Stoke. So they're now going to want money for him. I don't think they'll take him back and play him. He seems happy at our club. So will we bid for him? I think we will. I don't think it'll cost a great deal at 29 years old, but 11 goals in the Championship, that is not bad at all for a player that's come into a side on loan. So I expect us to try and sign him. Obviously, Gary Rowett likes him. We brought him to the club. Would you sign Afobe, yes or no? Put that in the comments as well. And I've said already, wait there, subscribe. But look, that's it. Your post-match analysis is done. There's a breakdown until next Friday when we're away at Preston, and then we're back at the Den on Bank Holiday Monday, as we are at home to Hull City, I believe. Yeah, Hull City. So 5 games to go, 15 points to play for. Currently sitting 9th. We've gone above QPR. 4 points off Sheffield United in 6th. There you go. Save listening to me. There is the league table. Are we going to sign Afobe? Are we going to make the playoffs? They're the 2 questions I'm asking you on this Sunday. I don't know if I've gone completely off how I usually structure the show. But there you go. I'm enjoying myself. It's 4-1 and I'm going out for the day. Please subscribe to Lions TV. See you later in the week. Come on, you Lions.